So, okay, Jason Sizemore, Apex. Let's talk about the magazine and what's coming up. And then I know you have a Kickstarter. So talk to me about what's going on.
Certainly, and thank you for having me. Understand that I'm a guinea pig.
Yeah, this is my first recorded Zoom, so let's see how it goes.
Okay. I am the co-editor-in-chief of Apex Magazine, which is an online genre literary digital zine. We've been in, I was going to say in print, but technically, I guess it's, well, since 2009.
Right.
We've done 132 issues thus far, and we do 6 issues a year, and we are a science fiction writer association qualifying market. So for the writers out there, that should be of interest. We tend to publish dark SF, dark fantasy, some horror in short form, and along with some nonfiction and some interviews with each issue. You can subscribe to the magazine and receive it a couple days early before the issue proper comes out, or we provide the issue for free over the time period between new issues. So if we have 6 originals in an issue, we'll space those out and put them up on the website. For people who just want to check out what we're doing, or maybe don't have the income to spare at the moment to subscribe. So
Right. That's great. And I know you're doing a Kickstarter to support things for 2023. How much money are you trying to raise?
14,000. And you probably heard earlier that we sell subscriptions. Basically, that amount is the bridge number that we need in order to break even according to my budget for 2023. That includes all the authors pay. We pay 5 editors. Not a lot. It's kind of a token payment, but I do make sure that they are compensated in some way for their time, for art, and other costs of business like software and web server stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff that it takes to get a magazine out, so people can read it.
And for digital zines to have a low cost of entry point, they are very complicated and time and money extensive.
Right. So this is sort of a labor of love for you.
Currently it is. There for 2 years, I think 2017 and 2018, we actually ran in the black. And part of that was due to we had a bunch of people subscribing through Amazon. They had a service called Amazon Periodicals. And we were making a couple grand a month off that. Okay, and then in 2019, I started having serious health problems with my jaw and my mouth, and I had to put the magazine on hiatus, and that lasted for almost a year and a half. And during that time, we were dropped from the periodicals program, and
they won't let you back in, right? They're saying,
they won't let us back in. They say they're not accepting anyone. Not sure why, and how is that a good business model for them? So you can see the reason we have to do Kickstarter is to make up for that lost income.
Sure.
Because when we were running in the black, we were clearing, you know, a couple $100 profit a month, but it wasn't like, you know, we were
You weren't
making
going
big
on big
amounts.
vacations. No
Yeah.
Hawaii vacations for you?
No.
So we just saw each other at Imaginarium.
Yeah. Did you avoid the COVID plague that broke out afterwards?
Luckily I did, but that may be because I just had COVID in June, and I actually missed Con Carolinas. I missed a different convention because of it, and I was really sad about that. So maybe I just, you know, still had enough antibodies to protect me. I mean, I wore a mask most of the time, you know,
Good.
90% of the time.
I was a bad person and did not.
Did you? But you didn't get sick, right?
No, I got lucky.
You did get lucky, because this new variant is super, super contagious. So
yeah, I was in a small vehicle. We went out to get ice cream on Saturday night, and the 4 other people I were with all got COVID.
that's incredible that you did.
And we were all squished. 3 of us were squished in the back seat, and
you
I don't know how I avoided it.
That's incredible. Oh, right. I know who you were with now that I think about it. That's right. The ice cream. If you really want to know, you could probably go on like Facebook and figure it out. But yeah, it's because there were ice cream pictures, lots and lots of Graders ice cream pictures. We have a Graders up here. I live in Cleveland, and we have Graders up here. And I know that you guys were tasting the peach ice cream, which is their seasonal flavor for the summer, is one of our favorites. We get that all the time.
Yeah. So one of the people was Ellen Datlow, who was guest of honor there at Imaginarium.
And she posted publicly about this, by the way. So yeah, we're not talking out of turn.
Right. Yeah. And of course, all of this I talked about on my own Facebook page. So Ellen is, I think she's from Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah, New York.
I mean, she's from New York. I don't know where.
It surprised me that she'd never heard of Graders. I've always had them around, being from Kentucky, I guess. So it was kind of amusing to see like her.
I think it's only Midwest.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, because I mean, I knew of Graders because of Cincinnati when I lived in Cincinnati. But yeah, so I think it's only Midwest. And then, so you were born and raised in Kentucky?
Yeah, if you can't tell by the accent, I am actually originally from Southeast Kentucky.
So I was born
outside of a little place called Manchester.
Oh, so I was born in Kentucky.
Yeah,
I was actually born in Louisville. Louisville, I was, but we moved when I was only a few months old. So I have if I have an accent, it's my Maryland, Baltimore accent. I actually caught myself today saying water instead of water. Oh, there it is. Oh. There's this guy on TikTok who does the Maryland word of the day, and I can do them all. Like, he's like, how do you say this word? You know, and I'm like, oh, I know that one too. So I wonder if there's a Kentucky word of the day.
There are some funny people who basically their TikTok personas are, I have a redneck accent.
Right.
And people will like leave comments and asking them to, can you say this and can you say that? You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm from Baltimore too, and you'll notice I did say the T, Baltimore, but that's trained, because the real way you say it is more like Balmer, and I don't do that. But I do say SPOON, spoon. I have a funny double O, and that I asked one day when I was in Philadelphia. I was at a food truck, and I asked for a spoon, and he goes, "Spoon? Are you from Baltimore?" And I was like, "Yes." So, you know, so you can't tell me. So we want to definitely keep Apex up and running. So there are two ways to do it, right? One is to back the Kickstarter, which starts July 27th.
The 7th, yes.
Okay, July 27th. So that's on Kickstarter. And also to buy a subscription. How much does a subscription cost?
$27.
$27 for for all 6 issues, the whole year.
Yeah, and I consider that a really good deal because you get 6 full issues, and each issue has about 50,000 words of content. So basically, you're getting a small novel
Yeah.
each issue. You can through the Kickstarter, you can get a subscription for $25. So if you want to go that route and save a couple dollars,
Do that too.
yeah.
For writers who want to submit to Apex, what is that process?
We try to make it as easy as possible. Shun format on your manuscript or something close to it. I'm not very much of a stickler when it comes to that stuff. We use a submissions website called Moksha, which is fairly well known in genre circles, and that's about it.
Can people submit all year round, or do you have periods when you're open?
We're open 11 months of the year. The only month that we close is December to give our editorial team a little bit of a holiday break, and it ends up often being gives me time to catch up on backlog. So
okay, all right, so this is it. This is what people need to know if you want to continue to see Apex do its thing and produce great content, and you love, you know, fantasy and science fiction. You like that nice, like dark, rich bent that Apex has. A little bit weird, a little bit fun, a little bit of horror. Back the Kickstarter.
Our tagline is strange, shocking, surreal, and beautiful.
There you go. So if you love that, or you haven't tried it, go and check it out, and then back the Kickstarter and or buy a subscription. Simple.
Apex-magazine.com is our website. Just head out there and see what we're all about. You know, just read a story or two. We've had a bunch of Hugo winners, so go read those, or you could just, you know, pick a random one. I'm sure that anything that you pick will be good. It's handpicked by me, so
obviously
of course I'm going to think it's good.
That's good.
Well, I wouldn't say obviously it's good, but I think it's good. So
before I end this, how many submissions do you get, do you think?
Well, it depends on the time of year. Slow months will get 800. More busy months, 1,200. And usually the January after we've been closed, during that December, we'll get 1,500, 1,800. People
That's
are just like
for 6 issues, really. That's
and
so
we buy 30
it
stories in a year.
How many?
30
out of all of that. So you know that what you're saying is good because it's like the cream of all of those submissions.
Yeah. Just by sheer numbers alone, you're going to get the good stuff.
What do you look for mostly when you're looking at the submissions? Is it voice? Is it character? Is it plot? Is it pacing? Like, what pops out at you personally?
Well, if you have a unique voice, that is certainly one way to capture my attention, or really any editor's attention. If you have an interesting premise, something maybe that we've not encountered or something we don't see a lot of, your chances of getting out of the slush and moving up the chain, it really increases.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so Jason, thank you. You want to give that website again?
Yeah, apex-magazine.com. Kickstarter goes live on July 27th. And we'll have a link to the Kickstarter course from the website and
Perfect.
from all our various social media outlets.
Yeah, so follow on social too, so you'll get all the info. Thank you. I hope the
Thank you.
Kickstarter funds and you can keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you. Okay.